YouTube, it's Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl, and I am on vacation to see my dad.
Hello.
Hello. He is my partner in crime with all my business stuff. I constantly calling him up, and he's the one that's researching my Craigslist for me, so he's always a big help. But today, on vacation, we are going to go retail arbitraging. So we're going to go look for some good deals up here in Indiana. And I do this everywhere I go. So if you are out of your home state, you should check out the local thrift stores and the local stores and see what they have. So a day in the life starts now. We're having our morning coffee and we're visiting and talking. And then I'll take some little snippets throughout the day. So until then, bye. Okay, so I've had sufficient caffeine with my dad this morning, and so now I'm making my list of places that I want to go locally. At home, I have certain thrift stores, certain retail stores, a certain routine that I do when I'm at home. I garage sell on certain days. I go to thrift stores on certain days that they have sales. Anytime I have errands to run and I go by a Ross or a Kohl's or a Walmart, Kmart, Target, I will swing in and I will check out all the clearance items. Sometimes you find really great things on clearance, depending on how much they're being discounted. Sometimes you don't find much at all. So I just kind of look while I'm doing my routine. But now I'm in Indiana visiting with my parents and I still have to work. So what do you do when you're on vacation? Since this is an extended vacation, I'm up here for 3 weeks, I really have no choice but to try to get some inventory while I'm here. Well, inventory is everywhere. So I'm making a list of places that I know that I like to come to when I come here. And honestly, I really like what I find in this town. I find a lot of vintage things. This is an old town. I find a lot of old stuff. And I eBay those typically because vintage goods do better on eBay. So I have my little routine here. Today, though, I'm also going to include some big retail shops so I can look for enough to put together an Amazon box while I'm here as well, at least one. So as far as what my day looks like, I'm kind of out of the norm. This is a vacation day, so it's not exactly typical. But if you have watched some of my other videos, you know that I have 8 kids and I homeschool. So my day is very structured. On my iPhone, I have a calendar that takes me through when I wake up, eat breakfast, take my vitamins. I have every little thing written down on my calendar and it pops up and gives me a little message so that I know that it's time to move to the next thing. And that way, while I might not get every single thing done in my day, I do get all of the things that I need to get done, at least completed partially. So I homeschool, I make sure my house is done, I make sure my kids are taken care of. We spend the first half of the day together and doing the things we need to do. And then I will run to my eBay, Amazon office, typically from like 1 to 5. And that's 4 hours a day. And I try to just work really hard and make that time, where I get a lot done. So that's typically what I do. And then after my 1 to 5, I have to start on dinner and sports and all the evening mommy stuff. So that's what I do while I'm at home. 4 hours a day. And then in that 4 hours, I have my own list of stuff that I try to get done for business. And that always starts with eBay. I check to see if I sold anything. So I get that packaged up and shipped. I check to see if I need to relist items that unsold, if I need to change the prices, if there are any messages from buyers that I need to answer. And then once I finish with eBay, what's already existing, I try to list more items. You know from previous videos that I try to list $400 of value a day. So that could be 4 items that are $100 a piece, or it might be, a lot if I'm nickel and diming it that day. So that's what I attempt to do. If I'm honest with you, I haven't really gotten into the habit of doing $400 every single day. It's been hard. That's my goal. That's what I'm striving for. Some days I hit it, most days I don't. But that's what I'm going to tell you, because in order to get $4,000 a month from, online retail, that's about what you need to be doing, is listing $400 of value a day. So by value, I mean what the dollar amount that you're listing, not what you're going to net or anything like that, but just $400 of listed value with all your channels, Etsy, anything that you got going on online. So after I finish listing some items for eBay, then I move on to Amazon. I go to Amazon Seller Central. I see what I've sold. I don't need to ship because it's FBA. They do it for me. So I'm just basically just looking at my account health. How am I doing? What's my feedback like? Is there anything I need to pay attention to? So that just takes a couple of minutes. And then I'm off to trying to put together a box. I try to spit out those boxes as fast as I can, because the more you list, the more you make, right? And that's included in my $400 worth of value. So if I complete an Amazon box and I have $400 of value, well, I'm done for the day. So that's kind of how I break it down. During that 4 hours, I start with eBay, then I move on to Amazon, and then whatever time I have left, I try to work on my other things, my YouTube videos, my website that I'm trying to build, anything else that might be a business type pursuit. So that's my day, kind of sort of a general thing. And now, since I'm on vacation, I don't have to follow exactly. I'm going to do a lot of shopping today. So I thought it'd be fun to take you along with me so you can kind of get an idea of retail arbitrage when you're out of town. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, see you in a sec. Okay, so we're pulling into our first stop, which is Kmart. And we'll go inside and try to sneak some video footage.
Popsicle to me, get popsicles.
Okay, so these Kool-Aid first are $1, and I just looked them up on Amazon, Profit Bandit, FBA. They go for $6 to $8 new. So I might pick up a few just to add to my box and see how it goes. You never know until you try things, and that's why you look for the sales and then you scan it in Profit Bandit or whatever app you're using. Okay, so I came across this sign and I looked at these Whitman's chocolate huge box. It's selling for $9.99. Was $19.99. On here it says $29.99. And I looked these up on the FBA site, and there wasn't any FBAs, but there were a couple new ones being sold on Amazon for $60. So buy it for 10, sell it for 60. You want at least a threefold. So that's good. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm walking around the store and I'm looking at all the signs, all the clearance items. Some say 90% off, some are 50% off. So I'm just looking and I'm scanning everything. Some things are good, some things aren't so good, and just sticking it in my cart with my little helpers as I see it. So if I see sale signs, I'm gonna look, anything like this. So we're just kind of strolling around the store with our cart, checking things out. Okay, so this is also the type of thing. I look for these clearance tags here. It says $13. I looked on FBA with my Profit Bandit, and it looks like they'll sell for probably $25 to $30, but that's not triple my money, so I'm going to leave these on the shelf. Even though it's half, you don't want 50%. You want to find things that are at least triple the price, or you need to walk away from them and look for other things. Okay, so here's a little area in the middle of the aisles. Most of the sales will be at the areas in the center of the aisles like this, or at an end cap, which is at the end of an aisle like this. So down here I see Tinkerbell and Betty Boop car steering wheel covers, and they're going for $8. I looked on FBA, and it looks like those will easily be triple that. So I'm considering these because anytime you have, you know, like Disney, you know, you have a lot of followers with these kind of things. And this isn't something that I see in every store, so it might be unique enough to get me a good return on that. Okay, here's an idea of something not to get. It said clearance. I like the clearance tags better than the red sales tags because it typically means that it's cheaper, a better deal. But this on Amazon FBA was about the same price. So I would have made zero profit on that, even though it looks like it's $40 on clearance. So our next stop is Target. My retail partner in crime is snoozing on the job. How can we find deals when you're sleeping like this? Spidey, wake up. All right, we're hitting in there. Hi, so I just left Target and I didn't find a whole lot, but I did find some things. So I will put it all out on the table when I get home and let you see in detail everything that I found at every store. There are so many things around here. I'm getting ready to go into Hobby Lobby, and of course there's the Target across the street. Over there is Sears, and I passed a Walmart and a Sam's. There's Best Buy. There really is so many choices for retail arbitrage. So if you are overwhelmed or thinking that you can't find anything, you just really need to look around and get the yellow pages out, because any store has the potential of having clearance items that you can use to your advantage and make more money than what you're paying, which is what retail arbitrage is, and sell it on Amazon or eBay. So every store I go into, whether it's a Lowe's, a Home Depot, a dollar store, a thrift store, a Mar, I don't care what it is, any store has the potential of having these clearance items. You have to be careful. The clearance items at Target are the really marked down ones. They're always in the back of the row. So you walk down the row and they're in the back. If you're on the main aisles, you're not going to see the really clearance items. They'll put the dollar off sales there, but you don't want dollar off because your margin's not going to be great enough. So you want to walk back in Target at least and hit all those end caps in the very back of the rows, the ones that you can't see when you're walking the main aisles. And that's where your 50, 60, 70, 90% markdowns are, and those are the ones that you want. You don't want to mess with the dollar off or even really the 30%. I can't make any money and I just walk right by those. So I'll show you what I picked up at Target, and I'm gonna run into Hobby Lobby and see what they have. So I'll keep you posted. Okay, so we're heading into Big Lots now, and I'll take you with me so we can see what kind of deals we can find there. Didn't find much of anything at Hobby Lobby. They had a bunch of Christmas stuff, which is great because after, you know, a holiday, you can really get clearance items and then you can just store it for a few months and then you can sell it for a great markup. But I'm on vacation and I don't want to haul all that stuff home. So I ended up walking out of Hobby Lobby with nothing. So hopefully we'll find something better at Big Lots. These are the types of aisles you want. Clearance, 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 clearance. And then when you look, 50% off, 65%, 90, ding, 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 66. So this is where you really want to look at everything and scan it and see. Okay, so here I found some Disney $8 diaper bags. They're small, but I looked them up on FBA and they're going for $24 to $30, so that would make my price point of tripling. I also priced out some games, but they were not a good deal. I couldn't make any money on these, so I left those all on the table. But games are really good sellers, as are puzzles. as are any kids thing, really educational. So anytime I see a clearance item here, I'm gonna check it out. Okay, so just left Big Lots. Only got one bag of stuff. Definitely make sure you take your phone in with you so you can use Profit Bandit or your Amazon, eBay app, and you can price check everything, because sometimes there's just not a lot of deals and you don't want to buy it if it's not a good deal and you can't triple your money. So I got these West Virginia cups. Cups like this go for pretty good online. So they were on clearance for $1 each cup. And college stuff, sports stuff, coffee mugs that, you know, have some kind of sports affiliation with it. You know, you make sure that it's authentic on the bottom. Got that for $1. Got the Mickey Mouse thing, which I'd already showed you, the little diaper bag. And I got some briefs on clearance. So just new items, things I wasn't real comfortable with, so I didn't get like 20 of the briefs. I just got one to stick in an Amazon box, one diaper bag, stick in the Amazon box. You can always come back and get more. If I see something I know is a good deal, then I'll buy them out. If they have 20 items, I'll buy all 20 items. And that way I just quantity 20. It's a real time-saving technique. You know, bulks up your inventory and you're good to go. But because I wasn't totally sure on these few items, I just got, you know, a few things. But they'll put it in an Amazon box and it'll be good. So now we're in Walmart and I'm in the clearance aisle. There's typically a clearance aisle in every store. This is where the items are at least 50% to 90% marked down. So this is where you'll find the majority of your deals. So I'm going to scan a bunch of these and see if I can stock up on something. And some Amazon deals.
Oh, yeah. You can Amazon these and this. People like these stuff.
Now these are going for $1, and these are FBA selling for $8 or $9. So I could just grab the whole bunch of those. Oh my gosh. This is a dream come true. Look at all these clearance items. I could be here all day just playing in them. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, so we're back now from our day of shopping. We were gone about 3 hours. I hit Kmart, Target, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and Best Buy. So that's what I did. I did it with a 2- and a 5-year-old because that is a typical day in the life of me. I always have interruptions. I always have kids. Everything always takes way longer than I thought. So I didn't get a huge stash, but I got enough to show you what, you know, a typical day might look. This is retail arbitrage. This is buying stuff at stores on clearance and reselling it for triple the money. If you're less than triple your money, you're not going to make a profit, or you're going to make an 80-cent profit, something that's not worth your time. So this, for example, these were $1 a piece, and these will sell for $8 a piece on Amazon FBA. This Tinkerbell, I got her for $8, and she's going to sell for $35 or $40. This, let's see, got it for $8, and this is going to sell for $25 to $30. Those you saw, I got these at Kmart for $10. They're going to go for $30. These Aunt Getty's puzzles, wow, puzzles are so great. I told you that before. Puzzles and toys, games, board games, all really great stuff. These ended up, they said $2.99, but they ended up being $2 a box, and each one of those boxes is going to go for about $12. So that's $10 a box, and I bought a whole bunch of them. So drinks, Amazon FBA, be careful with food, beauty products. You have to have special permission on Amazon to sell those items, and you want to watch the expiration dates and read all the good stuff about that, which I've already done. These were good. These are puzzle sets. They're for Christmas. That's probably why they're on clearance. So I'll hang on to these for fourth quarter. But this one was going for $3, and they sell for $25, I think. I'm trying to remember all of this now. Got some sheet sets, some cars. Anything name brand is really going to go well. Reebok, got this for $5. It's going to sell for $25. So if it wasn't something that would be 3 times my money, then I set it back down. Anything college, sports related, even got some underwear. Found that at Big Lots. My little helper, say hi.
Hi.
So out of every store I went to today, I would have to say that Walmart was the best. Walmart had the most clearance items. They had 3 rows of severely clearanced items. I plan on going back when I don't have helpers, preferably late at night when it's more quiet and I can really focus and concentrate. Make sure your phone is fully charged because I ran into that problem today, and I actually bought something at Target that I shouldn't have that now I have to return because once I got my Profit Bandit app up, I realized I wasn't making 3 times my money. And I mean, it has to be 3 times your money or it's just not worth it. You want it to be 6 times your money if you can get it, but it has to at least be 3 times, what you spend is what you're going to get back. So that's the haul today. And then next time, our next video, because I want to do a whole series of these, I'm actually going to go garage selling this weekend with my mom. And then another video is going to be antiques and marts, because that's a little different than your typical retail arbitrage. These are your big stores. These are your Targets, Walmarts, your office stores, your BJ, Sam's Club, any big chain store like that. That's kind of what I was trying to represent today. And to get that three price difference in your item. But next time we're going to hit antiques, and we're going to hit garage sales, and we're going to hit Goodwills, and we're going to have different videos for all of those. So thanks for going with me today. Bye.